What's up, y'all? It's Reed Lauren. You watching TalkShow²², Take One. Shout out to my boy Nate Bus. Keep doing your thing. Keep working, man. Keep grinding.
Little shawty, won't you ride my wave? I got a habit that I need to break. I got something that I want to
What's up,
say.
everyone? Thanks for tuning in. This is TalkShow²², Take One with Nate Bus. The first ever episode. I'm gonna let my first ever guest introduce himself.
I'm Damerit Brown. I'm a senior at Flagler College, and I'm excited to be here, man.
Thanks. Appreciate you for coming on the first ever show.
Yes, sir.
So, Damerit, he's got nicknames of Dink, Downtown, he can really shoot the ball. He's my roommate and my teammate here at Flagler. Really good dude, so we're gonna dive into some conversation. He got the same major, communications. So first we're gonna start talking about basketball. So tell me a little bit about your basketball journey, how it started from, when you were young to now.
So my dad kind of started off the sports because he played college in Missouri, which was baseball. But growing up, I had 3 older brothers, and they all played basketball. So basketball was something that kind of just naturally gravitated towards me growing up. And then my dad was my coach, and then kind of throughout the years.
So he put the ball in your hands?
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
Nice.
He kind of taught me how to shoot, kind of like the ins and out here, replay a basketball game, and we'll watch it together. So he kind of laid out the blueprint, and I kind of took it from there.
Nice. So what's your hometown?
Orlando, Florida.
Orlando, Florida. What high school?
Ocoee.
Talk about your high school. First of all, high school basketball experience. So were you on JV as a freshman, or how was that?
Actually, so I was on varsity.
As a freshman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for a little bit, the first 4 games.
All right.
My coach told me, all right, you can leave to go see your brother after the 4th game. He's in the Army. He graduated.
Okay.
I come back, he moved me down to JV. Granted, he was teaching me a lesson, but he didn't.
Were you getting minutes on varsity?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I was assessment. It was kind of surprising, but at the same time, I was like in that mode to put it in crazy work because I really wanted it. So.
So then freshman year, you went from varsity to JV for some other reasons, and then sophomore year, did you start on varsity?
Sophomore year, I actually started on JV because I broke my leg the end of my freshman year, and I came back a little bit rusty, and then I had like 40 on JV, and then I came out to varsity.
So they pulled you up after you dropped 40. That makes sense. So then, all right. So junior year, talk about the summer from sophomore to junior year, because I know you're probably pretty determined to make an impact on varsity. So talk about that.
So the summer mostly was my sophomore year when I came. I realized I wasn't 100% for my broken leg. I was more just like moving a little bit more slow. So my junior year, like my sophomore and junior year, was like mostly for me to kind of just increase like all my weakness. I know I can shoot, I know I can dribble, but it was more so just getting my quickness up, just to be able to guard people at a varsity level.
All right. So junior year, you had a good year shooting the ball. What'd you average?
I averaged probably like 12, 13, shooting about 58% from the field. Okay. Granted, we had 2 good, two amazing guards.
And then senior year, are you just ready to like blow up, or like at this point, do you want to play college basketball? Like, what's your mindset on basketball?
My senior year?
Yeah.
It was like I'm about to score 40 every game.
So you wanted to just go out there?
That's how it was, yeah, of course. Your senior year, you try to go with a bang. I have any offers. So, of course, you're like, all right, let me lock in. I want to kill. I ended up averaging 20. But knowing what I know now, if I would have had a chance to go back, I would have did it a little bit different, because you can score 20.
What would you have done differently? Are you talking about high school basketball experience? What would you have done differently?
I mean, I would have probably transferred if I had opportunity to, because the coach changing was completely different. Okay. Like, I had this coach who built a relationship with me for 3 years.
Oh, so the coach changed.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Okay.
The coach ended up changing my senior year, and then when we did it, the stuff he was telling me, I wasn't able to retain it in a way.
So it was It was just an adjustment.
It was
and that was your senior year, so it was just different. Okay.
Completely different.
That makes sense. All right. So senior year, you had a good year. How did you? So you went to Shorter, right? First.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
So I ended up getting a chance to play for an unsigned senior team called Florida Elite. We did a tournament in Georgia, and I played amazing. And then we had a showcase And that's when I had my offer from Shorter, which was my only offer.
Mm-hmm.
Then I ended up going to Shorter. Beginning of the year, I didn't really play that much.
Right.
Probably like the first 4 or 5 games, I kind of thought about redshirting. But then I had ended up going home, Thanksgiving break, and just seeing my family. It just kind of made me realize, like, this is who you're doing it for. Like, although you're not getting playing time, get your ass in the gym.
Keep grinding.
Yeah, so
sure.
that's kind of how it was. And that was probably the first time I truly understood the value of hard work. Just in terms of, you can work hard and still not give it your all. Like, it's
So
a
you're
big
talking
difference.
about like having that little edge.
Yeah. It is
Because you think you're working hard, but you can go harder.
Yeah. For the first time, I gave it all I got, and it's crazy because when you get success, you don't really think about it in the moment. You literally, it's like you're in this mood, like this mode of it's just crazy. You don't think about it, but once I look back after my freshman year, I was like, yo, I put up numbers. But at the moment, you was like, I'm just trying to win because you put in that work. You're starting to see the success. It was pretty cool.
So your coach there was obviously our head coach now, Chad Warner?
No. So his best friend was a coach there. Chad Warner coached there before I got there.
Okay.
And then he left, and his best friend took over. And then
he recruited you to Flagler?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once I left, I signed the release form, and then I had an opportunity to go to
So
Flagler.
played 1 year at Shorter.
Yeah.
Transferred to Flagler. Your sophomore. All right. So it's senior year now.
Yeah.
This is his senior year.
Yeah.
We got 10 games left.
10, 9.
That's crazy. So at Flagler, obviously you put up numbers your whole career.
Yeah.
Your sophomore year, I think you averaged 15.
Yeah, 15 and 8.
And then junior year, 12 or around there.
Junior year was definitely a humbling experience, kind of.
Yeah.
I learned a lot coming
What'd
from
you
that year. Basically, so my sophomore year, the last 10 games I averaged 20, and we was in a tough conference. So I came to Flagler, with a chip on my shirt. I had 15 and 8. I could have did way more, but that was the amount of work I put in. Then my junior year, I kind of had, all right, this is kind of gonna be my year. But then stuff didn't go my way, and then that kind of humbled me.
Right.
And then I just learned a lot. And then this year, I think I'm getting back up to 15 again.
So yeah, you're averaging 14.8 right now.
Yeah.
You're shooting 41% from 3. So that's.
I'm shooting a high.
You're an elite shooter.
Yeah. I'm shooting a lot more threes this
And
year.
like I posted on my Instagram story, you know how to shoot basketball.
Yeah.
So, so talk like your sophomore and junior year, were you a driver? Did you get to the rim or like were you just a spot up guy?
My sophomore year, I was the point guard. I was like a little bit of both. I was able to get to the rack. I was able to shoot. I probably drove more than I was able to shoot, only because I was able to get past the person. But
because now you just knock down. Really.
Oh yeah, because it's like
I'm not saying you just shoot, but you know what you're good at. You get to your spots. I love to see that. So we're 11-9 right now, 7-5 in conference. We play one of the top teams in the conference tonight, UNC Pembroke on the road. We're actually in a hotel in Pembroke, North Carolina, doing this. How are you feeling? Last go around with them.
I'm feeling good. I'm just trying to really enjoy every moment.
For sure.
The older you get, the more you like start to realize.
The less games you have left.
Yeah,
right.
I kind of think about the game as we at war. We basically playing against that team. My job is the arrow guy. Shoot. So you do your job, the other person do their job. We all got the same common goal.
Everyone's got a role.
Yeah,
right.
But if you do what you best at,
absolutely,
and just focus on that,
love it. That's awesome. What are your plans after basketball?
It's crazy because I never thought I was gonna do anything else. Like, I remember
I know exactly what you mean.
when I first came here, I was talking to my coach from high school, and he was like, "Go to get an education." Cause I was talking to him about different schools and, other stuff. He was like, "Man, you don't understand.
Education.
I love you, get free education." So
you're a communications major, right?
I'm a communications major, and kind of like this summer, I told myself I didn't want to play pro anymore. So I started to think about life outside of it, and I know I want to work in New York only because.
New York?
Yeah, of course. It's New York.
No, yeah, I just didn't hear what you said.
Yeah. It's an
big
amazing
city
because
vibes? That's awesome.
after high school, you want to go D1. If you don't go D1, you fall in something under.
Mm-hmm.
I think about New York as D1 inside a career.
I love that.
The best city is what? New York.
That's a
So
nice
that's
way to
why
think
I
about
want
it.
to.
And tell them your dream job. What company? I know what company.
I want to work for Google, but
Google, hire this man.
my resume is not really gonna prove it right now. So I know I'm gonna have to get other internships.
More experiences,
Yeah.
more life experiences.
Get more
Yeah,
experiences.
for sure, that's awesome.
Land that job.
What would you want to do for Google? I know you're into like advertising, kind of.
I was.
You have a creative mind.
Yeah.
I think we have similar, creative minds for sure.
It's like I think about life differently. Like every person I meet, I kind of subconsciously make my own story about them. Like I seen a dude. He had a 2016 graduation, which is my year.
Mm-hmm.
So he was at a gas station, and I just naturally thought, what did he do to like lead him there? I just think about that naturally all the time. And then
People's stories.
yeah,
Yeah.
just giving people stories all in my head.
Yeah.
And as time progressed, it was like I started to analyze different stuff and start thinking about
and
way deeper.
that's part of the reason I started this little talk show. Is like people's stories are so interesting, man.
Yeah.
Like everyone's so different in their own way, different and unique, and it's just crazy to hear about where life takes people. And I want to kind of talk about social media.
Yeah.
We talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
So I noticed Damerit Brown gets tagged in a lot of people's people post pictures of him, like Flagler athletics, Flagler basketball, and he never, like, how you click add to story. Most people, if you're tagging something, you would click add to your story.
Yeah.
But I've noticed this year, I haven't seen you do that one time.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Why?
So fun fact, I haven't posted in a year.
Why?
Cause it's like if you post to be shown or you post to prove something, which I have nothing to prove. And because when I used to post, it was more like a brag,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it's subconsciously a brag if you really think about it in that type of way.
Yeah.
When you post, you look for like a lyric in a song, and then you post it, but you're hoping to get a lot of likes just to show people what you want.
What about if you start posting different things?
I haven't really found nothing to post because I'm still right now really locked in on my future.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and Grant, you are a senior in college. You got a lot. You're taking what? You took 7 classes last semester. That's pretty
7
crazy.
last semester, 7 this semester. So it's
Got
like
a 3-0.
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. Had a
3-0
grind.
gang. What classes are you in right now for your last semester?
Just a lot of portfolio classes, senior classes. Not really homework. It's more so projects.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to stand up in front of a
Showing
class.
what you've learned, for sure. Yeah,
stand up in
absolutely.
class and speak.
So, communications major. You're gonna graduate this spring. Then you're in the real world, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in the spring, but I'm gonna need credits after.
You have the one. You gotta do an internship, right?
Yeah. That's how
we've been
I'm
talking
able
about that for
to
sure.
Graduate, but
How have you been going about that?
So I wanted to start doing jobs in New York or jobs in Cali, but the more I started to learn, it's like if you really want something, why try to settle? You know what I'm saying? Like if you grind for it, you can get it. So I just been looking straight New York. I even wrote it on my wall, New York job, just so I can put that mentality. I even have the screensaver, my lock screen, but something on New York because that just inspired me. Because CJ McCullum, I was listening to his podcast and he was talking about in college he really wanted his car, so he put it in front of his door every single day. So when he didn't feel like working out,
looked at it.
Do you really want that
That's
car?
awesome. Yeah.
So I'm kind of trying to do
What
the same
about
thing.
I'm talking about like communications wise. Like, are you sending emails?
Oh yeah. So
you're networking. I noticed you do a lot of networking. I love that. That was awesome, man. Appreciate it.